first character I would like to discuss is Billy Elliot, the main character. Billy is a young boy growing up in an atmosphere as well as a household that revolves hard around hard work. The father and brother are coal miners that are used to the everyday grind of hard work. You would think that from this, Billy would automatically take after his brother and his father and get into the coal mining as he grows up, but this wouldn't be the case. Billy, early on in the story, would get the opportunity to develop into someone that is not expected by anyone in the family or in the town. There's an outside presence that stimulates this change, but that usually always seems to be the case when you deal with developmental changes is outside stimulants. Billy is randomly sent to a dance instructor to give her the keys to the building after the boxing coach is finished with them. This simple task turns into a lifetime change for Billy. See, Billy has a boxing coach that seems like a family friend, plays the role of someone that's really toughening Billy up, which is probably what's wanted by his family. First off is what I've already gone through, moving from the child trying to live in the shadow of his family, taking his boxing class, and probably just having it in the back of his head that he's going to become someone that's in the mining field, and trying to toughen himself up, like I said. The second development that I saw in Billy Elliot was that he seems to be growing a little bit more mature throughout the play in certain situations that arise. Seeing the fact that the family is going through a really bad hardship with them being on strike, he feels bad using the money that everyone's really gathering around for him to go to the school that he's trying to get accepted to. This is something that very few children of his age would even know how to respond to, and someone of his age actually feeling bad to accept the money instead of just taking it for something that they want to do. And he actually attempts to refuse the money, or at least make sure that he has his father's approval. I think the combination of bad times and his desires to succeed in what he loves to do help him grow up and become more responsible, again, at this young age. The second character, or pair of characters, like I said, the father and the brother, that I would like to address are the father's name is Jack, and the brother's name, I believe, is Tony. These two men, like I said, are both coal miners, as well as stated above. They are going through a huge hardship. The coal miners are going through strike and don't really have the time or patience to be dealing with problems in the household. Unfortunately, a greater problem is about to arise in their son that they really didn't even have in the back of their head and didn't know that would be arising. From this group, I will start with the brother. I kind of want to save the father till the end of this presentation, because I feel like he had the biggest character development change in the story. The brother finds out that the ballet, or what they kept referring to as ballet, I guess how they would pronounce it, in their culture or language, the ballet instructor has been giving Billy private lessons behind the family's back. When Tony finds this information out, he is in outrage and yells harshly at the instructor in front of the whole family. The development occurs very deep into the play, really near the end, when Tony actually begins to understand, even though he doesn't want to accept it. It's his little brother. He's kind of raised off of his father's lifestyle, that's just not something that you do, and this is his little brother. He wants him to take after him, and of course the father. When Billy receives his letter, though, this is kind of when you find out that he's molding, he's developing, as you would say, and he actually celebrates with the brother, picking him up and putting him on the floor, tickling him in excitement. This was a really good part of the play that I liked, because you didn't see anything like this from the brother the whole story, and then you see this, and it really lifts you up. It gives you a little bit of a chill. This is when we notice the major development. that Tony Elliot has gone through. Moving to the father, like I said, both of these characters are in the same group for me. The reason I say this is because they are both put into the same situation and kind of carry out the same response towards Billy. The reason for leaving the father last in my analysis is mainly because, yeah, him and the brother do have kind of the same response, but the father's degree to it is a whole 180-degree turn, a lot more extreme than the brother's situation, how he responded to it. Again, starting at the beginning of the play, the father also finds out that instead of going to boxing, Billy has been attending this dance class. As I described, Tony was outraged when finding this out, but you can only imagine the outrage that the father expresses when one of his sons is taking ballet. He begins cussing at the instructor, letting her know that there's no chance that this is going to happen. We have to remember that he is a coal miner and a very strict father. It comes up in the play that he has hit his kids, and they bring that up, and so you know he's a really hard, strict father to live under. He also beats it into Billy's head that this isn't going to happen and stops Billy from going to a really big audition that they've been practicing for. From this point, there really doesn't seem to be any light in the tunnel for Billy's dancing career. But through a lengthy period, Billy's father begins to realize that maybe this whole coal mining thing isn't really what he wants for his son. I remember a part in the play where Jack Elliot, is talking to his son Tony and talks about this being a chance for his son to get out and to get out of this coal mining lifestyle that their family has basically time after time, era after era, been stuck in with so many people in that town. Just a huge struggle for their city, and he doesn't really want that for his child. This key idea of getting out is what sparks the attention of Billy's passion to his father. Like any father, he wants what's best for his son, and this is where we begin to see the side of Jackie that is really developing on a positive level. He not only allows it to happen, but also swallows his pride and goes and asks the instructor, who he's time and time again beaten it into her brain that nothing's going to happen. He actually goes to her doorstep, and, you know, like I said, he has to swallow his pride and do this. He asks what can be done to get Billy another chance. At this point in the play, we have seen a complete 180-degree turnaround in the development of the father, Jackie. To top it off, Jackie goes with his son to the audition, which I have to say was the funniest part of the play for me, watching this roughneck older man who doesn't have the slightest clue on ballet, kind of standing waiting for his son to finish, and a man, full-grown man, an adult, comes out in these tights. You can just tell by the expression on Jackie's face. Character that did a really good job in expressing this, that this blew his mind. You know, you're kind of waiting for him to just fall on the ground and have a heart attack, because you don't expect, in his mind, he doesn't expect to see anything like this, probably not even knowing that this type of thing exists. So when he sees that, he kind of freaks out. But when he sees his son in the story, they ask him at the end of his audition why he loves to dance, and when he gets the chance to see this first time ever, his son dances, and his son explains the passion. You can really feel the passion when he explains this to the instructors on why he loves to dance. This is a really big point in the play where Jackie's seen that he's actually given his son an opportunity to do what he loves. He actually wants his son to do well and get accepted now. This was the character who I believe experienced the biggest character development by far. You go from one extreme, like I said, to the other. Some of these character developments are indeed extreme, but to be honest, we all go through developments every day, from